prices have just been slashed on some key transatlantic, Mediterranean, and Caribbean cruises. In this video, I'm going to give you 10 incredible cruise deals you can book right now. And I'm even going to show you how you can win a cruise without dropping a dime in the cruise ship casinos. I'm Gary with Optimal Cruising, bringing you the cruise insider information you need to avoid mistakes, save money, and protect yourself so that you can have your best cruise ever. Let's start with an incredible deal on a ship that was just refurbished from top to bottom in 2025, the Norwegian Breakaway. They're offering a 14-night Southern Caribbean cruise for only $599 per person. This cruise leaves from Boston on November 8th, hits the Southern Caribbean islands, and then ends up in New Orleans. And because it's Norwegian and they're still offering the free at sea program, you can throw in a drink package or the dining package for a nominal cost of just paying the gratuities on those packages. If you'd like more information on this deal or any of the deals in this video, I have a link in my description that has direct links to each deal. If you're looking to book a Mediterranean cruise as the weather starts to improve and these heat waves go away, the Costa Smeralda is offering an incredible 11-night itinerary departing November 12th for only $507 a person. You can rarely find a one-week cruise in the Mediterranean for under $700 a person. The Costa Smeralda is only 7 years old, and it is one of the largest, most modern ships in Costa's fleet. So you'll have a nice cruise, and you'll have some incredible stops. It leaves from Savona, Italy. It hits Barcelona. You stop in Malaga, Spain, which is a great port. You're also going to hit the Azores Islands and the Canary Islands, where you'll end up. And it's not a bad deal for a Mediterranean or European cruise, because you can easily book flights from the US into one city within the EU and return from the other city, and they don't charge you a premium for breaking it up like that. Next, I'm going to give you a 4-for-1 deal on Norwegian. 4 different ships, all with the same incredible deal. But speaking of deals, we maintain an updated email list of these deals. If you'd like to sign up for that, just comment deals or click on the deals link in our description. Norwegian just slashed their prices on their transatlantic sailings for this fall, and you can get on any one of these 4 ships for only $599 per person, and these are 13 to 15 night-long cruises. First, we have the Norwegian Gem, which leaves out of Rome, or Civitavecchia, which is the port for Rome, and ends up in Tampa, Florida. This leaves on November 1st. And if you're a solo cruiser, the solo deal on this 15-night cruise is $838. That's unheard of. Or you can do the Norwegian Pearl, a 13-night cruise leaving from Venice, ending up in Philadelphia for the same price. It also leaves on November 1st. The same solo cruiser deal applies for the Pearl for $858. If you'd rather sail from London to Miami, you can board the Norwegian Star, the same price, $599 per person, and this cruise leaves a little later. It departs on November 20th. This is a 14-night cruise that also has a couple of stops in the Azores, which are really nice. And there is a solo cruise price of only $828 if you're cruising solo. And finally, for this same price, the Norwegian Dawn is sailing out of Lisbon, Portugal, and ending up in Jacksonville, Florida. Another 14-night cruise for an incredible price. This cruise also stops in the Azores as well as Morocco and Great Stirrup Cay before you get to Jacksonville. So that's actually really nice because you get to explore Norwegian's newly revamped private island, which is incredible. They have brand new pool features there. They put in a water park that is just opening. It's a great place to check out, and you'll be one of the first people on this newly renovated island. This cruise leaves November 1st as well, and if you're a solo cruiser, you can get on board for $858. And we have another incredible deal here on a Southern Caribbean cruise. And this one is an insider deal that you can get for only $548 per person. The Carnival Firenze is being priced by Carnival at $603, but if you book it through our link with Cruise Direct, the price drops to $548. And on this 11-night cruise, you're going to hit those popular Southern Caribbean islands, but you're also going to stop in Celebration Key, which is Carnival's new private beach club on Grand Bahama Island. And that's a nice stop. It's a nice relaxing day where you can enjoy the beach, enjoy the lagoon pools, and you don't actually have to spend a dime there if you don't want to. Now this cruise leaves on May 16th of 2027, so you have a lot of time to plan and prepare for it. It departs out of Miami and it ends up in New York. If you'd like a more unique itinerary in the Mediterranean, you can book the Costa Pacifica, which is offering an 11-night cruise for only $613 per person. This is a great price for a Mediterranean cruise where most week-long cruises are well over $700. And this cruise is unique because it hits both some European cities, which are typical on these Mediterranean cruises, but also hits some Northern African ports. Now to get this price, the cruise leaves on January 20th, but there were several other sailing dates that had similar pricing for this cruise. If you want to check that out, just click on the link and you can search other dates for this itinerary. Next, I'm going to get to a great deal on Holland America. But first, if there's a particular cruise line or itinerary you'd like to see a great deal for, let me know in the comments below. If you've never been on a Holland America cruise, it's worth trying at least once. If you are a Holland America fan, you know what I'm talking about. And they are offering here an incredible deal on a transatlantic cruise. Now, Holland America is a slightly more premium line, and typically their fares run a little bit higher than the MSCs or the Carnivals. But for this 12-night cruise, you can get a really reasonable price of only $719 per person. This cruise departs on April 4th out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and ends up near London, England. It has several sea days that are broken up by a stop in Bermuda. But for Holland America fans, that's not a bad thing. You get the quiet, the superior service. You'll really enjoy this cruise. Royal Caribbean is also offering a transatlantic cruise, a 14-night cruise, leaving out of Port Canaveral, Florida, and ending up in Barcelona, Spain. This is on Explorer of the Seas for only $754 a person, a great price for a Royal Caribbean ship. This is a larger ship that features the Royal Promenade down the middle, but it also had some major modern upgrades in 2023. Yet, it still has a rather vintage feel if you like the old style cruising. This cruise departs on April 26, 2027 and features stops in the Azores, Malaga, Cartagena, and Palma de Mallorca. Yet probably the best deal you're going to find on a Mediterranean cruise right now is this 7-night cruise on the MSC Sinfonia. Now the Sinfonia is a smaller ship, so you have to keep that in mind. It doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles other than a couple of pools, a mini golf course. There's not a whole lot, but if you're doing a Mediterranean cruise and you're going to be getting off at all these ports, that might not matter to you. And this cruise is at a real steal. For only $375 per person, you get an incredible 1-week Mediterranean cruise, which is port intensive. You have 5 port stops, so only 1 sea day during the entire cruise. But this next cruise departing on January 30th is probably even a better value. It's another 7-night Mediterranean cruise on the MSC Euribia, which is a newer ship, only 7 years old. It is a mega ship. It was originally built to sail in the Persian Gulf area, but because of tensions going on there, they've relocated it to the Mediterranean. For only $486 per person, this is an amazing deal. Departing out of Barcelona, you're going to first stop in Marseille, France. Then you're going to hit 3 stops in Italy, including Genoa, Naples, and Palermo on the island of Sicily. And then you have a stop in Tunisia before heading back to Barcelona. And if you prefer a brand new megaship, I've got an incredible deal coming up next. But first, if you would hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and you won't miss our next video. The MSC World Europa is offering a great deal on a 6-night Mediterranean cruise that starts and ends in Genoa, Italy. Now, Genoa is easy to get to if you fly into Milan. You can take a train there and enjoy the countryside on your way to your cruise. On this cruise, you'll get to see Rome, Sicily, Barcelona, and Marseille. And the price is only $531 per person, leaving on November 8th. That is an unheard of price on a brand new ship that is highly rated and gets very good reviews. And if you think being a solo cruiser prices you out of this, think again. They're offering this cruise to solos for only $744 per person. That is a price you usually can't find for double occupancy cruises in the Mediterranean. Now, if you do much gambling on cruise ship casinos, you've undoubtedly received some offers for free cruises. But you can actually win a cruise without gambling at all. We have a new partnership with Vacation Steals, and they do a sweepstakes where you can win a cruise and they give out 3 prizes a month. If you'd like to sign up, I put a direct link in the description of this video. And once they book a cruise, some passengers are getting caught off guard by some changes in boarding requirements that causes some of them to be denied boarding. I'll tell you how to avoid that right here.